Hey guys, welcome back to an episode of Eco. Before we get into it, I'd like to ask you all to please like and subscribe. Also leave any comments around for me down in the comments below. In addition, check out the description where there's links to my Twitter, Twitch, and Discord. Twitch for live streams when they happen, Twitter for updates on when live streams and videos are happening. And of course, Discord just to hang out and chat with me and the rest of the community. So yeah, now that we got all that stuff out of the way, let's get into the episode. And to do so, I think we should start by going over what has happened in between episodes. So, one big note. We finally got our mechanic skill up to the point we can do tier 4 advanced upgrades. And then, of course, that allowed us to make a lot of these, like, machine-specific, or I guess skill-specific upgrades. So, like, this has mechanics advanced upgrades in it. This one, I think, just has, tier 4. Yeah, so that's kind of... And then I think this one is, there's like a carpentry one. That kind of has improved quite a bit about our resource processing as of current. But an even bigger note, we did the very long and tedious task of getting this thing, the industry skill. Well, this is the skill scroll, but we got the skill book. So yeah, now we can do... what's the button? I forgot the button. Is it like shift click? Right click. Okay. So I think that's in here. No, it's in here, isn't it? Yeah. So industry. This is going to unlock a bunch of stuff for us, including maybe not in the first tier, but I think in like the second or third tier is the next car. I think. Second tier is the next car. Okay. So, next big step is getting this electric machinist table. So, I need to grab some steel bars from over here, which I think we're starting to run out. Actually, we have some. We definitely aren't rolling in them, but we have a couple at least for now. Alright. And then we come in here, and electric machinist table. 2 plates, 3 gears. Get those going. Now I can't hear anything because it's really friggin' loud. Just wait for those to craft up and then we'll get the machinist table going. Although this thing is sucking all of our power right now to make sand. Which then we're just storing there for now because we don't actually need it. Also, I find it funny. This makes almost no noise. Like, I'm standing right here. You can't really hear anything. But if I turn on these machines against this wall, all the machines attached to this machinist workbench, or machinist table, they all make an absurd amount of noise. I don't know if that's... I don't know if it's funny to anyone else. I just find it kind of entertaining. Okay, and let's put in the work for this. This is going to be 2 minutes. Once again, this huge machine makes barely any noise compared to these little tiny machines here. Also, as a note for anyone playing this or trying to play along, I was having trouble finding the smelting upgrades. They're in the bloomery. I know that's probably not an issue for anyone but me, but I did notice that they are in the bloomery for some reason. Another thing I have noted is that this, I think this is going to have to be moved like over here. Because my plan is, this is a pretty big building. Also, it's my highest tier building right now. So I want to try and conserve a little bit of resources rather than building a new building and just use this one. So we are going to be taking, I need to put this coal up here. We're going to be moving this to a new location. Over here. This is gonna have to be dug out some. I don't know the range on this thing, so I have no clue. Probably should pick this up, set up the rest of the stuff, and then do that. So output that. Yeah, we're gonna need more pipe than that. Okay. The point is, I figured we'll put industry level 2. So now we've unlocked the car. I'm assuming that means we finished that machine. Also, I don't know what room tier this is going to need. I don't really know anything about it. I just know that I need to get it. This is the only thing I know, really. Let's see. I meant to click R. Don't know how I messed that up. What room tier does this require? Is this room even good enough? I don't think it is, actually. Needs 2.5. This is a 2-tier room. And then we need electrical power. Okay. And then what is this craft? I'm assuming it makes, yeah, all the advanced tables, essentially. Modern upgrades. That's cool. Rubber wheels, which require rubber, which we can't do at the moment. This requires electronics. Yeah. Stoves. The valve is just a piston graphic called something different. That's a little weird. Modern upgrade 2. And then electric versions of essentially all of the, or I guess electric planer, electric lathe, and then electric stamping press. Is that in here? Yeah. So those are, I'm assuming, just versions of these machines that use electrical power rather than what we use right now. So this actually might need a new building, thinking about it, which is going to be a long process if that is the case. And it may cause us to not be able to use this episode. So reinforced concrete requires, what is that, iron ore? Oh, it's just crushed rock, sorry. This is the stuff you can build with, if I'm not mistaken. This is the... It's also, I think this is a tier 3, yeah. So what are the other tier 3 materials that we could use? This is tier 3. I wonder if I can, like... I know there's like a wiki built into the game, but I've never used it because I always feel like it's not going to work. Blocks, maybe? Building materials. So hewn logs, lumber. That's tier 2. 2, 4. Glass with the steel frame. Tier 4 is flat steel. Corrugated steel is tier 3. We just made it a rolling mill. And brick is tier 2. Okay, so it's either corrugated steel, which, what is this? 1 steel bar makes 1 corrugated steel. So it's 1 to 1. What does this require? Just trying to get a feel for what materials can be better for us. This uses like a little bit of a rebar, which I think 1 steel makes 1 rebar, yeah. Okay. So then, is the concrete the better option? Or is it this? I mean, flat steel for tier 4, and I'm assuming this is like probably 2 or 3 steel per. Yeah, it's steel and epoxy. Yeah, we're not messing with that. Same as we're not messing with the framed glass. So it's really between corrugated steel, which is a steel per, or reinforced concrete, which is less than a steel per, I think. Because we use ever so slightly less than 1 rebar per, and each rebar is made with the steel, so we use ever so slightly less than 1 steel. And I think this building was like 100 or 200 blocks of material, something along those lines. So, decisions. I guess we could build, so we could clear out this area and put a stockpile here. And then build our new building down here. Because then it'll be closer to the power supply. And actually then we could probably, if we're going to do that, we probably would just flip this power supply, so the power supply is here and the water pump is over by the waste filter. And then we would have power to the building. How much space is this going to need? I'm assuming it needs quite a bit of space. Probably this size room is probably as big minimum that we could use. Use 285 meters. So yeah, it uses like 45. Okay, so it doesn't use that much. It's pretty much, I think at the higher tier machines, it's just the area of space that it takes up is pretty much as it uses. So yeah, that shouldn't be an issue. All right. I guess that's going to be a bunch of concrete making for me then, which means we need to make more steel, which means a lot of crafting. So, is there, before I go into this, I could have sworn there was, oh, that's the wrong tab, that's not what I meant to do. Could have sworn there was like 1 tier of material better than this. The mortared stones are all tier 1, I knew that. But I could have sworn there was like a, isn't there like a stone that's tier 4? It's like, oh, I guess not. Okay. Well, I guess then I'm getting together this stuff to work on concrete in between episodes so that we can make this next episode, because I don't think we can actually finish off this episode. In the meantime, the next big resource we're gonna need. So we have our iron pretty sorted. We have our copper sorted. The next big resource is going to be oil. So I think we work on that this time. And then in between episodes, I will get together the stuff to build a room for this machinist table. Because I'm pretty sure we can make like the pump jack and stuff in here. Where is it at? Could have sworn it was in here. Yeah, oil refinery's in here, which I can order one of those up. We need some gears, but I can get those on the go. That needs 4 reinforced. So we'll order one of these up. And then where is our... We have cement here. Wonder if this... Is that stockpile close enough for this to use it? Because then I'll just transfer the stuff for this over into that stockpile. It is, okay. Need to get a car over here so I can transfer the stuff between stockpiles. And Where's the... There it is. Okay, all that concrete's in there. It's gonna need, it needs crushed rock, I think. We need to make crafting 4. So we need some sand, crushed rock, the rebar. And we need to get the gears and the gearboxes online as well. How many gears did we need? It's missing 7 gears. So we need, let's just make like 20 gears. Alright. We also need to get some rebar on the go because I don't think we have any rebar in here. We do not have any rebar in here, so we need some rebar. So we need like 5 rebar. Say like 5 rebar. Why can't that keep working? Is this not on because that's... Oh shit, I forgot to connect up the pipes for that. That's a problem. Alright. Grab some pipes, and we'll go connect that up real quick. Does this have mechanical power, or do I need to go get another windmill? Yeah, this is too far from our mechanical power. Okay. Okay, so this is going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll bring you guys back once we have the stuff together to start working on oil working. I'm also going to look at what the skill book can require so that we can start working on that. And then, yeah, we'll come back and try to set up an oil system somewhere. I don't know where that's going to be, but somewhere. So, yeah, be right back. All right, guys, we're back. So, it's been a little while. Got a bunch of stuff done. Realized a couple things. First thing being that that stone I was talking about earlier, the like similar to mortared stone stuff that I was trying to figure out how you get a hold of. I want to say it's another thing we're gonna have to do soon, I think. Sorry, getting distracted. How hard is it to make that? Sorry, getting distracted. Where is it at? Masonry, here we go. In advanced masonry, I want to say is where it's at, and that's why I can't see it, because it would not... It's not available to me yet. And that's why that's not available. Or since that's not available, that's why you don't have to worry about that at the moment. So, I kind of got a little turned around trying to craft this oil drilling skill, and ended up thinking that I needed fertilizer because you need advanced farming, and for some reason I thought you needed modern farming skill papers. So yeah, now we have a farming table and some other stuff because I thought I had to make fertilizer. Some certain kinds of fertilizer to get the to get the oil drilling skill book. So I guess we might as well learn it since we have the ability to. Since we built the book. And then of course oil drilling. Both those skills should now be learned. So farming wise, that's the last one. And Yeah, I don't know if we're going to use it anytime soon. But there's some interesting stuff in here. If we do decide we want to do some farming later. Like I said, it's not really relevant towards where we're going right now, so I don't feel like it's super important that we get right on it. But, something to come in the future. So, this allows us to make epoxy, fiberglass, which this doesn't require. Yeah, nylon, just plastic, synthetic rubber, epoxy. I think I already said that. Petroleum, whether it's gasoline, yeah. And it all requires us to do barrels, which we're at the electric machinist table. So right now we can't actually do any oil. We can set up our oil drilling system, which is kind of all we have time for. And then next time, once we have a building for our electric machinist table, we should be able to continue on. And really the last skill, this skill tree pretty much gets you all the way through the end of the game. I mean, once you do electronics, you're pretty much through the end of the game. Because you're pretty much just going till you get the meteorite out of the sky, and then you can continue playing, but I don't think there's much reason for us to. So we're working towards that, and once that's done, if there's more content I feel like we need to cover, I will. If not, we'll move on to something new. So we're still a ways off that, though. We're not super close. It's just that's what we're working towards. So speaking of oil, we have to set up an oil rig, like a oil derrick and some stuff. And to do that, we first want to go grab that stuff, because I forgot to grab it from after it finished crafting. I forgot to grab it from over here, so we gotta go grab it. And then we'll go from there. And also, I was thinking about it. It might be good to place the like electronics and everything building here. It's a good chunk of land, and it's pretty flat. If we don't do that, we might place it right here. Another big flat piece. That really all we have to do is clear off some like cactus and stuff. Cacti and bushes, pretty much. So from here, we're gonna need pipes. I knew that already. Need that. And then I forgot to bake it, but we are probably going to need. Where is it at? I always lose this thing. Oh, isn't it in here actually? Okay, we need 2 boilers to make it, and then. Oops, sorry if that just cut out for you guys. I keep hitting the Windows button by accident when I'm, because Alt is the button to use all, to do like all the, some more screws, make like 20 more plates. Yeah, so Alt is the button that essentially fills the like work on a thing. And I keep accidentally hitting that. That should be enough of those, probably. And now let's leave the room that's making extremely loud noises for a second so that we don't go deaf. Oh, and then we need a mechanical water pump. And we'll probably need 15 of these just to have them on us in case we need them for what I think we're going to need them for, which is to build towers for some windmills, because we're going to need them for the water pump. We may need more than just that one water pump, but that's what we're going to start with. Also, I think we need mechanical power for some of these machines too. So yeah. It should be done pretty quickly. And then we should be able to ready to go at that point. There's our water pump. Now we're just waiting on one last thing. So I actually need to grab those in case they can be used on these machines. I don't know if these machines take modern upgrades or if they take... I don't know which upgrade these machines take, so I want to make sure I have them if I need it. 20 seconds. It's going to be a little bit more than that because we're waiting on some plates to get cooked or get made. I wonder what this stuff is. Is this copper? I guess it must be copper. I've seen a... keep seeing this in the stockpiles, and I always try to identify what things are in my stockpiles. Just because something to do, I guess, while you're waiting on stuff to craft in this game. Yeah, and I think this must be copper because I've seen it in a couple of my stockpiles, and I was like, "What is that? Like wax or something?" Because it's got like a... the texture of it is like how it looks. It doesn't look so much metallic as it does like... I guess it does kind of look metallic. For some reason, to me, it looked like wax or like some kind of animal fat or something. And I was looking at the stockpile over by my base where I have all my cooking stuff, so I figured that's what it was. Not really relevant, just random thought I had. Should be done soon enough. And I guess I can, while we're waiting, show you what I'm planning to do. So, for oil, this is a little bit different than a lot of the other things in the game. Rather than being... rather than there being like biomes where you can find the resource and you go and you dig down and you find it, it's just... there's areas that are oil fields. And you just set up the derrick in any of those areas. So these brighter areas indicate higher areas of oil. And there's a bunch of them on the map. Actually, this map seems pretty dense with it. I don't know if that's on purpose or if I just got lucky with the world gen. Sadly, there's, other than this little tiny area here, which is not very strongly glowing, which means it's, if I'm not mistaken, means it's pretty light on oil. There's nothing really other than that close to this base, which is where it would be like ideal to set it up. So instead, we're gonna have to set it up. Essentially, we want to try and make it along our road because it's very heavy to carry the oil as like a resource and stuff, and I don't think it's a good idea to try and carry it all. So yeah, this is where we're gonna set up, which is right along our road. Actually, this is our road right here. So I think our steam engine is done. Also, it's close to coal, which is useful since coal is kind of needed for coal is kind of needed in running the engine to power it until we get to electronics and we can get like solar power. It's also next to a river, which is nice to use water. You can technically use water wheels for some mechanical power there, but I don't feel like... the water wheels always seem like a pain to set up, and you end up having to dig out a huge ditch in whatever water source you're going to use to get it to work, so... I just stick to the windmills. I know there are probably people screaming in the comments that it's less efficient and all, but I don't particularly care. Putting up like 5 windmills on a column is actually like super easy compared to setting up a like complex system of water wheels, at least in my opinion. Alright, so this seems to be the area. I think like this area right here is it. So I just want to place down, really just want to place them down and see the size, and then what I'm planning to do is, since I'm pretty sure none of these machines need like specific room tiers or anything, I'm pretty sure they're all intended to be like set up outside. From there, I'll set up like a huge, I think I'm going to set up a big, little bit of a driveway up to it out of these paths so that we can drive the car right up and space it out in a way that makes it easy to do that. So yeah, I don't know if we're actually going to fully set up this little oil base today, but we're definitely going to get a feel for how big these are, because I just am noticing we're starting to run out of time. We've done a lot this episode, but time is not on our side right now. This is a big enough area to start just seeing the size of things. We may need to clear more land, but I just want to get these down for the end of the episode so we can see them. This is the right area, right? I mean, it's not super bright, but it's bright enough, I would say. I've never done this part of this game before, but I'm just taking guesses. So can this be placed here? So we probably place this farthest back, and this requires power, electrical power. I thought that. And then here's this is like the refinery. This is the machine that makes all the cool stuff with it. Now, I'm going to say this in advance, and I could be wrong, but I remember this used to have to be inside a building, and obviously it's a humongous machine, and people would have to build buildings just for it. I'm really hoping it doesn't require a building still. So we're just going to place it down and see what happens. Does not... Yep. Okay. So what does this use power-wise? Oh, it just uses coal. Okay. Actually, that's better than I thought it was going to be. That's interesting. Gasoline is just petrol, but I guess that makes sense. Biodiesel's what? A tank and fat. What is that? Fat. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So yeah, these machines are nice. What does this require? What is this? It just crafts the petroleum out of a single barrel. Okay. And then we're probably going to need to clear this side and put a stockpile over there. But yeah, some cool machines. This is not what I wanted. Yeah, some cool machines to finish off the episode. Next time we'll get into next time we'll try to get a building set up for our machinist table and some power like that, so that we can then get into some of the cooler stuff along this road. And we have 57 days and just under 58 days pretty much left to destroy the meteorite. So hopefully, I would say I'm not going to say number of episodes, because actually I don't know how many, because I don't know how hard it's going to be to go from where I am right now to getting the electronic stuff to getting the laser. So yeah, next episode we'll probably, if we can get the machinist stuff set up, we'll work on getting that done. And then once the machinist stuff's set up, then I guess electronics is kind of the next thing we need to do, because that'll let us finish off. I think between that and composites, it should let us finish off into the final little bit of stuff to get the laser. So that's the plan. Hope y'all enjoyed. Have a good day.